Pickup only. I was selling an old dresser on Facebook Marketplace. Nothing special, solid wood, a little scratched. I priced it cheap just to get rid of it. Within minutes, someone messaged me. No profile photo. Name, Mark T. Account created in 2019. No posts. No friends visible. He wrote, "Is it still available?" I said yes. He replied immediately, "I can pick it up tonight." It was already close to 9 p.m. I told him tomorrow would be better. There was a pause. Then, "Tonight is the only time I can come." I hesitated. Something about the way it was worded felt final. Like a statement, not a request. Against my better judgment, I agreed. I gave him my address. He didn't say thanks. He didn't ask questions. He just sent, "On my way." About 20 minutes later, I got another message. "I'm here." I checked my driveway. Empty. I messaged back saying I didn't see anyone. "I'm outside," he replied. I stepped onto my porch. The street was quiet. No car running, no headlights. Just the glow of my porch lights spilling onto the driveway. Then my phone buzzed again. "Please open the garage." That stopped me cold. I hadn't mentioned the garage. I asked him where he was parked. "Across from me," he said. "I don't like lights." I scanned the street again. That's when I noticed a car pulled along the curb, just beyond the reach of the street lamp. Dark, engine off, windows black. I hadn't seen it before. I told him I wasn't comfortable doing the pickup so late and suggested we reschedule. The typing bubbles appeared immediately, then disappeared. Then he sent a photo. It was my garage door, taken from the inside. I felt my stomach drop. I told him to leave, that I was calling the police. A few seconds passed. Then he replied, "That's okay. I already have what I came for." Before I could respond, the marketplace chat vanished. The listing disappeared. His profile no longer existed. I ran inside and checked the garage. Nothing was missing. But the door between the garage and my house was unlocked. I always lock it. The next morning, I checked my security camera footage. The car had arrived at 8:58 p.m. No one got out. No one walked to my door. The car just sat there for 13 minutes, then drove away. But at exactly 9:11 p.m., the moment I got the photo, the camera glitched. One frame showed the inside of my garage, taken from a height that matched eye level, facing the door to my house. I deleted Facebook Marketplace after that. I don't sell things online anymore. And every night before I go to bed, I check that door twice. The door from the inside. We bought the house in late fall. Old place, cheap. It's like every room smells faintly like dust and something else you can't quite identify. The realtor told us the previous owner had passed away peacefully and that the house had been empty for a while. I didn't ask where he died. A week after moving in, I went down to the basement to organize boxes. It was unfinished. Concrete walls, exposed beams, a single pull chain light in the center. The door at the top was solid wood with a deadbolt on our side. I locked it out of habit. We'd been warned the neighborhood had break-ins. I remember thinking, I'll be down here 5 minutes. I pulled the chain. The light flickered on. That's when I heard the sound. Breathing. Not mine. Slow. Controlled. Like someone trying not to be noticed. I froze, listening. The sound was coming from the far corner, where the furnace sat behind a stack of old shelves left by the previous owner. I called out, half laughing, assuming it was an animal. Hello?
Did you find what you were looking for?
The breathing stopped. I told myself I imagined it. Then the light shut off. I yanked the chain. Nothing. Total darkness. I reached for my phone, heart racing, and turned on the flashlight. The beam swept across the basement and stopped on the shelves. Something was behind them. I could see the outline now. A shape where there shouldn't be one. Too tall to be a box. Too still to be a person moving. "Hey," I said, louder this time. "This isn't funny." The shape leaned forward. I dropped my phone. When I scrambled for it, the flashlight caught the face. I ran for the stairs and grabbed the door handle. Locked. I had locked it. I screamed for my wife, pounded on the door until my hands went numb. The breathing started again, closer now. I begged. I don't remember what I said, just that I promised things I didn't mean. Then the voice came from right behind me. "You locked it." I turned. No one was there. The light snapped back on. The basement was empty. When my wife finally opened the door, 20 minutes later, after wondering why I'd taken so long, I was sitting on the stairs, shaking. I told her everything. She didn't laugh. She went quiet. That night, she showed me the inspection report we'd skimmed too fast. Cause of death? Accidental. Location? Basement. We sold the house the next year. For half of that year, I chose to work the night shift and come home during the daytime. I told people it was for the extra pay. The truth was simpler. I didn't want to be awake in that house after dark. I never went back into the basement. The phone in Section D. My wife realized her phone was missing just after midnight. We'd been home for hours. Dinner, TV, the usual routine. She reached for her phone on the coffee table and froze. Checked the kitchen, the bedroom, her bag. Nothing. Then she remembered. Earlier that evening, we'd visited her grandfather's grave. It was his birthday. We stayed longer than planned, walking the paths, talking quietly. She remembered taking photos near the headstone. She said, very calmly, "I think I dropped it at the cemetery." I laughed at first. Told her we'd go back in the morning. She shook her head. "I tracked it. It's still there." She showed me the app. A blinking dot. Right in the cemetery. I didn't want to go. Cemeteries feel different at night. Too quiet. Too open. Like there's nothing between you and whatever you're not supposed to see. But the phone had her work stuff on it. Family photos, everything. So I grabbed the keys. The gates were open when we arrived. That should have reassured me, but it didn't. The place was lit only by a few yellow lamps, spaced far enough apart to leave long stretches of darkness between them. We parked near the entrance. She stayed in the car. I followed the gravel path, my footsteps too loud. The air smelled damp, like soil that had been turned recently. I reached Section D. There was the oak tree. The tracker beeped softly. I scanned the ground with my flashlight. Nothing. I circled the tree, checked behind nearby headstones. Still nothing. Then my phone buzzed again. "It moved," she texted. I froze. Moved how? Another message came in. "It's closer to you now." The tracker beeped again, louder this time. Behind me. I turned slowly. The light caught a headstone I hadn't noticed before. No flowers, no decorations, just a name and a date. The date was recent. The phone beeped right beside it. I leaned closer, heart racing, and saw it. I checked the phone I'd picked up. Same case, same wallpaper. But when I opened the photos, the last image wasn't from our visit. It was a photo of me, and behind me, barely visible, a pale, almost mummified man. He was impossibly thin, stretched tight against his bones, standing perfectly still in the background, watching.
Did we scare you? Did you enjoy these creepy true stories? Want some more? Join us every week as we uncover new tales that linger long after the lights go out. Subscribe and never miss a thing. Until then, this is Carson Knight of Room 67. Be safe.